All right, so I have started recording and you guys should be able to see my screen. This is awards. This is the platform that we're updating today. So those of you that use FCM or Empower or anything else, this will not affect those platforms, only awards. So as you do, you log in here. And then you're really not going to be changing any of your progress or any of your process. It's just going to be a change for some programs in their progress notes. So right now I'm navigating to our progress notes, which you can get to by clicking charts and then selecting your program. As always, my program list is huge and long because that's part of my role, but yours is probably much simpler. So I'm just going to pick a training program. That way, anything I put in here will not actually be recorded in our live program platforms. And I'm going to go to progress notes. Again, you just go charts, you pick your program, and then you go to services individual, and you'll go to your progress notes. From here, you're going to pick your consumer, which is whoever you're working with, and you're going to pick yourself. If you're a supervisor, you'll still have the option here to perhaps enter on other people's behalf if you have that ability to do surrogate data entry. So I'm just going to enter my note. And this is going to look a little different for every program. Supervisors, as a reminder, or staff, if you see something here that you don't need or would like to be required, a required field, or you'd like to add or remove something, all of this can be customizable. I do need to work on the back end with our Foothold contact in order to do that, but I can normally make those updates within a couple of days. So this is, again, it's going to look a little bit different for everybody, but you'll go through here and fill out whatever fields are required for your program. Time's required for all of them. And then you'll pick what note type it is, just as before, and you're going to click continue. Again, this screen may look a little bit different for everybody, depending on your program. You may have the option to change a service type on this screen. Or you can, some have an option for crisis or routine. Again, we can go ahead and customize that if that's something you guys ever want to do. So here I'm just going to enter test. Typically you'd enter your note. Again, you're going to, now what you're going to see that's different that you probably didn't see before is this drop down box. This is automatically going to drop down to you, the note writer. If you're, again, a supervisor entering on somebody else's behalf, you'll still be able to select their name and do surrogate data entry. And then this is going to default to your supervisor as set up in awards. The same way it does for our incident management program or incident reporting program. I apologize. If Sean's out and say I'm going to have Angela approve me because she'd be the alternative, I could pick her from the drop-down box. And that'll work the same way in your programs if there are multiple supervisors. It'll allow you to pick those. So if your supervisor's out and it's something that needs to be signed right away, you can pick an alternative. And then what you're going to do is save the note. You can go ahead and sign it here. Oops. Sorry, guys, taking a second. And then, oh, shoot. That's why signing isn't available. So usually I'm going to go back and change my time of my note. You obviously can't sign a note before it's been written. So I'm going to go back to charts and change that. I thought I picked yesterday, but I picked today. Okay, go pick a different time. All right, I'm going to save the note. There we go. So this is what you should be seeing. So you're going to click to sign it. You should have a pen. The only one that is allowed, the only image that's allowed here is our full name image. You do have the option to put any comment or notes in here. I mean, typically that's going to be in the general note, but if you did need to leave some additional directions or notes here, you could do that. And you want to make sure your title is correct here and then your PIN here. It will then go to your supervisor as picked from that drop-down box. You can change it until they sign it. Once it's signed, it's locked. But say if I signed the note and I realize, oh, Sean's not in and I really need this signed, I can go click change and go back. And then if someone's not available or refuse to sign, you can click that. That would be a rare circumstance, but I did leave that in there. If you do not have, so you may have noticed when I clicked to sign here, I needed that PIN. If you do not have your PIN set up, I think most of you do because we've been using signatures for our incident reports, and also some programs have used them for progress notes and electronic forms as well. But if you don't have your e-signature set up, go up here where your initials and our little bell are. You're going to click on e-signatures. That's going to bring you to this screen. I may have, again, some more options than what you do, but you can upload your file here and you can reset your PIN. If you need help resetting your PIN, reach out to Julia. She can help you with that. As a backup, John or I also have the ability to go in there and do that, but Julia is your primary contact to either get into Foothold, get some additional access to Foothold, or reset your PIN as our quality assurance and compliance manager. So that's how you set your PIN. Now, another thing that I want to show you guys is the whole reason we started this process, or I was made aware of the availability of it rather, is that Care Coordination has what you guys probably are really familiar with is service dollar requests. So that's when someone who is in Health Home Care Coordination is going to be making a purchase of some sort, could be a transportation, could be maybe a piece of furniture, doorbell camera, whatever, as long as it meets their service requirements. And we need, for that particular kind of note, need some additional approvals because we're going to be spending money. We want to make sure it's in the budget, all of that. So under progress note type selections, you can then specify specific signature sets for that type of request. So say some notes only require supervisor and the actual note writer, you can require additional signatures like this. So for the service dollar request, now when I scan down, you're going to see, oh, it entered Nicole twice. I'll have to correct that. But you'll see that you have your note, your worker that defaulted to me, and then it defaulted to my supervisor, who's Sean Giroux. And then for this type of a note, we need one of the assistant directors. That should be what this one is. It should be Caitlin or Trish. And then also our clinical director to sign. And that way we know that everyone has signed off on it and that it's approved and ready to go. But if you're in Care Coordination, don't worry. This is they will go over it again in their trainings before this is officially ruled out. It is just now in there as an option. I know Caitlin and Trish and Nicole will go over exactly how you'll be utilizing this in the future, but I think it's going to make it a lot easier. Another thing to be aware of is as you have these signatures in here, you're going to be getting these notifications up here in your messages. You can choose for these messages to go get a little blip in your MHA email, the way we do for incident data that says something is ready for you to review. But you can also just get in the habit of checking up here. That makes it really easy for supervisors, especially. It's easy to sign off on it if you're the one writing it. But as a supervisor, it might be a little tedious to go through. All you're going to have to do is open that note, click here, and it's going to take you to the note. Oh, that one must have been the one I deleted, but it'll take you directly to the note to be able to sign. There we go. There's the one there. So it'll take you to the note that's all ready for that person to sign. And you'll be able to see it, and it will have also all of the details here. Obviously, I just wrote test up here. But that is it. So it's not a big change in what we're doing, but what it's going to do is give us those soft little gentle reminders that there is something to do, and make sure that everything is getting reviewed and signed off on by supervisors and also attested to by care managers. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, want me to walk through anything else related to signatures? Jason, I see your hand up.
Hey, Allison. So this is great. Thank you for the brief training. Are there going to be any reports that we could pull to see, as we're doing like the monthly billing and everything for the core program? Are there any reports that we could pull to see if there are any progress notes that haven't been signed?
Yes, you can pull a progress note report and actually include whether it's signed there or not, and you get the you can sign directly from the progress note report. So yes, you can use a progress note report builder. Anyone else? Good question, Jason. All right, I counted to 10 and I tried to do it slowly. That's how long they say to leave her pauses. I am going to stop the recording now, and I will make sure this is up on SharePoint by Monday. If you guys think of any questions, or even better, supervise